What's up, family? What's up, GEO? Just being GEO here. God expressing oneness. Remember, there's no person here. I am not here. I am not part of this. I am not involved with this. I had nothing to do with this creation, this character, this personality of GEO. I'm just along for the ride. I take Jesus at his word when he says, I of myself am nothing. I of myself can do nothing. I keep that forefront within the inner eye. I understand that I don't exist, that I never did exist, that the ego was not anything of any life itself. And so the ego drops and the divided mind becomes unified. The atonement takes place. And no longer is there any doubt or any confusion about the position of life and where one stands, where home is. There's no more question. There's no more fear. There's no more doubt. It's a coming to... That's okay. Hold on a minute. I love the position of the phone. There's no more question. There's no more doubt. We understand where we reside, who we are, what resides within us. The body itself just resides within the mind of God. And so, yo family, yeah man, taking you on a journey with the Priester, saying, hey, you know what, I miss you guys so much. I'm so glad that I was able to drop the ego and the mind and somehow source energy, or that which is, was able to open up this channel of GEO. So glad. Says, because now I'm finding that this is a way for me to actually be with you and speak to you without being there with you, because I'm always there with you. We're just one. So this is all for everybody, the family, and we're all family. So the I of myself, the personality, the intellect, the defined characteristic of self is not in any of this. And so I'm just along for the ride, just like you guys. And that's the truth. So one of the things I'm realizing as we journey on this path of atonement, of unity, God's will, becoming one with Source, realizing, recognizing, unfolding, 3 good words to use besides any others, because it's already there. You are already that. There's nothing for you to do. There's nothing for you to drop. There's nothing for you to deny, let go. There's nowhere for you to go. You're already home. You're in the kingdom now. You're in the garden now. You've never left the garden. This is the parallel. This is the paradox. This is what's really meant. This is what's supposed to be heard through the story of the Bible. You never left paradise. You've always been in paradise. You've always been in the kingdom. And I know you can't hear this, but in some way you can. In some small way you might be able to. In your own closet you might be able to. Amongst your friends out in the community and where you reside and do your business or work, you might not be able to. It makes no difference where you're coming from or where this message is hitting you. If you're listening to it, that's the only point. Otherwise, if it doesn't resonate, then you probably wouldn't be listening to it, right? So, but here's the thing. As we go on this journey to bring you from where you are to complete, total, absolute awareness of your totality, of the totality of things. So, from point zero back to point zero. All the way around the block. Right? For some reason, we need to go ahead and go around the block. And so we need to master the illusion. We need to get in and master our life. We need to get in and have integrity. We need to get in and have responsibility within this illusion, within the matrix, within our current physical experience of life. We have no choice. There's no way around it. There's no shortcutting life. You can't shortcut. That's what getting honest means. That's why when I talk about getting honest, there's no shortcuts. You can't shortcut your way to the kingdom. You can't all of a sudden just fumble upon the kingdom. You need to get honest with life. That's part of mastering life. And it helps a lot to surrender, to recognize, accept, allow. This is all part of the mastering. Becoming still. Focusing. Find a community. This is your first step. Find a church, a local church, a Christian church with a good preacher and pastor that's selfless, that doesn't have much of self going on. Don't worry about what's being preached. Don't worry about the particular style of what's being taught. It's all a pointing. They're just pointing to God and you. But you need to find a community, a village, a group of people that you can be around and learn to love and have them love you back and see through the errors and mistakes and the imperfections of the paradox of perfection. So within this truth of perfection, we don't deny the illusion. We see the illusion for what it is, but apparently it seems to be completely imperfect, and people seem to be completely imperfect. And left on our own with this ego, without being able to drop the ego. The ego and the duality is what causes this seeming imperfection within people. So until you're able to do that, you've got to work within the perfection and learn to love people and go beyond a personal sense of love. Go beyond. Love people regardless of how they treat you or what they say or if they offend you. This is necessary to master in life. And it can be done in any place with any village. It doesn't matter where you're at. If it's work, your coworkers, if it's, the store down the street that you go frequent, I don't know. If it's just one individual that you're able to have this relationship with. But most of the time we do have some sort of local church near us, and that's ideally the best route to go, because you can get fed teachings from the Bible where you normally wouldn't get it at home, because you're just not in a position maybe of having the discipline of picking up the Bible and interpreting it and reading it, or knowing how. And so find a community, find a church, and master the illusion. And then grow beyond the churchanity that goes on. Grow beyond the doingship. Grow beyond the everything, all the activity, all the tradition, all the bylaws. Grow beyond that. All the laws, grow beyond that. Go beyond that. Go the extra mile. Help out. Invest. Give your life to something. Be committed. This is a shortcut. This is a hack. This is a comfortable way to come into your own by surrounding yourself with a group of people that are going to love you and you're going to have challenges with. And if you can grow there, and you can get rid of self there, then you can master other things in your life as well. Your career. When I say master, it doesn't mean I'm saying you're able to go out and make $1 million. No. I'm saying you're able to go into your work and be effective. Making money's not being effective. Changing lives is being effective. Guiding somebody, a coworker, someone else you know, to the cookie jar is what we're talking about. Mastering your environment. Everyone else is hurting. You don't know what they're going through. They could be hurting, they could not be hurting, but we assume that they're going through some kind of struggle. Or everyone needs love. Everyone needs a community. Everyone needs the ability to have a group of people that they can open up to, that they can let out their issues to. And this is mastering the illusion in and outside of any community. Wherever you go, you're bringing God. Wherever you go, you're bringing the will of God. Wherever you go, you're bringing the light, because you are the light. So yeah, you start off with a good Christian church, and you go from there. You give over, and you begin to see that there's a better way to live. You begin to see the illusion. You begin to see the world. You begin to see the doing. You begin to see, if you go in and you meditate and you pray and you're really serious, that's why I say make sure it's a good church. Make sure the pastor's committed. There's no self. If you see when the way to recognize that is that they're just intensified. They're passionate. Their only thing on their mind is God. And you'll know it. It's just intuitive. So as you begin to go in and meditate and pray hard and invite God into your life and learn to live and love together in a community, if you're honest and you have a continual progression of being honest and having integrity within your own life, you will come unto your own. You will find this atonement. This atonement will find you. This unity will swallow you. You don't really even need to do anything. You don't. It's in the doing, in the seeking, in the chasing that we lose it. And there's a lot of media out here. There's a lot of great information. There's a lot of bad information. There's a lot of really just information, you know. And the good and bad is, you know, transcended. You can transcend that, meaning that all is inspired by God. And I know it may be hard for you to hear that, but everything. And until you reach this point of atonement or unity, you won't really understand what I'm saying. But everything, every book, all the so-called good information and bad information that I speak about, that I'm speaking about here, this good info that you know you can relate to, and you can say, yeah, there's some real bad information out there, right? So how can it all be inspired by God? That's, you know, we hear a lot of things that are said in and outside of our life that are very contradicting. So we need to work within the illusion. We need to master the illusion. We need to work within reason, comprehension, perception, and say, okay, as we perceive, we're in the God state. As we see, we're just observing. We're not defining. We're not giving definition. We're just looking. We're perceiving. And then we're comprehending. We're allowing the female side of things to come into play, the manifestation. The reasoning comes. And we reason with our environment. We contemplate, we meditate, we come to absolute conclusions within truth as it presents itself. And we go on and we master our own life. But here's why, is because, see, when you have dropped the ego and the separate mind, you're able to see through the paradoxes of life, the parallels. And you understand that every single thing, every word, every dot, every tittle, everything, every book that's ever been written, every act that's ever been performed on the face of this earth by any so-called human being has been nothing other than the unadulterated hand of God. All God being used to point, protect, love, embrace, help, serve you with the most selflessness possible, with an impersonal view, like God loves you more than you have no idea. I don't even want to get into it. You don't have any idea of what love really is until you have reached this atonement. God loves you so much that he's given you the right to be sovereign, to express himself through you, that you would even exist. God's has nothing to do with evil, does not see evil, does not set his eyes upon iniquity. Therefore, that's a clue. It's part of your own characteristic. And it might take a bit of time for you to understand that. You're locked up in the literal translation and interpretation of the Bible, the societal interpretation, the mass understanding. And so you see evil to be something outside of God, and that God has to battle with evil and sin. But the Bible itself is meant to be taken literally and metaphorically. And so everything is God. All is inspired by God to guide you, protect you, to hold you. How could you ever think that your life, I don't care what you've done, I don't care if you think you've lived a good life and the only thing you've ever done was had a little bit of pride and, wanted to control, do things. It doesn't matter. All struggle is struggle. All separation is separation. It's all the same. And for you to even for a second think that your plight or your sin or your mistakes or your error within your life is able, like you are, that there's others that are worse than you. Somehow, someone that's a murderer or someone that's in prison or someone that's in a worse position than you. No, that's you. The murderer is you. The rapist is you. It's all you. Where's your compassion? Where's your understanding? What makes you think that you're righteous? How could you think that you're better? So, anyway, that's why everything is inspired by God. Everything. And it's all a pointing, a protection. It's all God taking care of God. But master the illusion. Find a teacher, find a guru, find a church. Do well in life, have integrity. These things all bring you closer to the atonement. Dropping ego. Have devotion time. Devote yourself to devotional time. I mean, radically. Get radical in your pursuit for God so that you can find the release of that. Get radical in your hope and faith. Understand that faith itself is a word misunderstood. Faith has nothing to do with any hoping. Faith is maybe the one word, that faith is one of the most powerful words there is. It's as powerful as belief. They're one and the same. They carry the same definition. It's a knowing. It's an absolute. Call it a state of mind, but it's not. It's just an attribute. A faith doesn't question. There is no question. There's no questioner when faith is present. There's no questioner when faith is present. You, the questioner, have nothing to say. Because it's complete. It is. And the word itself is one of the most powerful words ever given. It's the key to everything. It's the key to your atonement. It's the key to your life. It's what will give you everything you desire. Believe that thou have received, and it will be given unto you. That means that whatever you want or desire, truly within the mind of God, with as long as it's, in alignment. But unfortunately, even if you're not in alignment and you have desires that are cross-haired, not really sure about your desires, or you have desires that are, not really good for you, unfortunately, everything manifests. You get what you want internally, even if you're unconscious of that which you want. So if you're unconscious of that which you want, and behind the scene you're rolling a tape of, I got a headache, I'm no good, or I'm in pain, or I'm gonna die, or I might get cancer. If this is what's rolling around, this is what you're manifesting. You may not see it right away in your life, but it will manifest itself externally. Eventually, because it becomes a belief, internal belief, you're unconscious of what you're doing, so it becomes part of your character because you say it over and over and over. You finally believe it and it manifests. Everything is an instant manifestation. But if you look at the two screens and you say, hey, you know what? I want a beautiful home, a beautiful job with beautiful kids, a car, there's several cars, and you believe, you have faith, which is no hoping, no questioning, no waiting, there's nothing to impede or get in the way of that belief or faith. Belief, that's the wrong definition if that's what you've been carrying. You got to work to believe it? No, you need to know it now. Absolute. It's already manifested spiritually. If you can see it within your own mind and your own vision, as you envision it, as you see it, as you imagine it, as it sees itself, as you see it, and it becomes more real, and you see yourself in the chair, cutting food on the granite top countertop in the kitchen, and yada yada yada, and you see every corner of it. This is the manifestation. It's already there. It's already yours. It's already done. You simply need to move into it, or allow it to manifest itself externally without you having any hold upon the result or the effect or what transpires, what kind of house or where, or when. So we're mastering the illusion, but yet we're not forgetting that we are unplugging people from this matrix. That it is an illusion, that it's nothing to allow for us to be affected by it, to get attached to it. We want to stay unattached from it, yet engaged with it wholeheartedly. So we want to put our heart into everything. We want to infuse love into every situation that we get involved with. We want to start from the neutral base of love. We love all sides, both sides. I understand where, I didn't even want to say it, man, but, everybody hates Trump so much. But I understand where a Trump supporter's coming from. Or I understand where, Obama supporters coming from. This is just a scenario I'm just giving you. I understand both sides. I understand first and foremost that it's important to love both sides. It's important to understand both sides, because both sides are just sides of me, of you. So love is first and foremost. That's he or she's a brother. He or she over here is a brother and a sister, whether they know your God or not. They don't become brothers once they do what you are interpreting that they must do before they become a brother. No. No, 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 no. No matter what anyone is, where they are, what they believe, how they are a brother in Christ. All have Christ consciousness. There is no other consciousness than Christ consciousness. There's no your consciousness and Christ consciousness. And there is no nothingness and then all of a sudden, poof, you become Christ consciousness. You don't become God, ever. That's not the point. Nor are you even God when you're totally at one with God. And the way that you perceive to hear that, no. You're empty of all form, all word. There is no defining. But that's kind of it. We need to master the illusion. We need to get out there. We need to engage. We need to involve ourselves. We need to climb above. We need to get involved and believe in ourselves. And if we don't believe in ourselves, we need to find somebody like myself or anyone else that can believe in us long enough until we can believe in ourselves. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to believe in you. I'm here to tell you how awesome you are. I'm here to show you how awesome you are. I'm here to even walk you through by the hand and show you your awesomeness by getting you involved in practical things that you can do to help you realize this awesomeness. What's up, GEO? What's up, homie? What's up, Brandon? What's up, family? You know how we do. So yeah, we're just taking you on a journey with the Priester. We're saying that you're marked as I am. You are marked. You're marked priceless. You have your value cannot have a limit upon it. You're invaluable. You are the most precious thing in the whole world. The highest form of life there is on any galaxy and in any world. That's right. Anyway, let's get our hustle on. Get your hustle on. Have a beautiful Sunday. Love you with all my heart. Always, always, always loving you with all my heart. Coming online, taking time to send you a note for the day. And just say, hey, like, share, subscribe. If you don't, no one will. Others need it, you may not. Care for the other, the seeming so-called other, and share this information with someone. Tell them how to find my channel. Love you for listening. You guys are fucking amazing. Oops, sorry about that, GEO. Well, sometimes I get loose, you know what I mean? But you know, hey, we bring it back under control. We remember that we're not here. We remember that we're not here. That only God is here. So God allowed that. Love you with all my heart. Have a beautiful day.